Spurgeon here with RevZilla, and today we're going to take a look at the 2018 spring lineup of Merlin waxed jackets available at RevZilla.com. So in this video, we're going to break down the new 3 jackets from Merlin, the Anson, the Barton, as well as the Stafford, and we're going to show you the features that each one will exemplify. Now we're going to kick things off by talking about the Anson, and we're going to start with the sizing on this because the size chart is quite a bit off from what we found. Now Mr. McHugh stands at 6 foot. He weighs in at 230 pounds, and he is going to be a 46 in the chest. Normally he wears his jackets in an extra large. The sizing chart has him in a 2XL. He is currently wearing a large. So he is down 1 full size from what he normally wears, but if you're using the sizing chart, he is sizing down 2 full sizes, and you're going to see it fits him spot on. So just keep that in mind, and that is a theme that we're going to see carried across the line for the other 2 wax cotton jackets as well. So definitely take whatever's on the sizing chart and size down at least 1 size. We're going to go ahead and recommend 2 sizes based on what the sizing chart is calling out. Now for the Anson, there is 2 different colors. There is a black as well as a brown version, and this is going to be 8-ounce Halley Stevensons cotton. Now this is going to be a wax cotton, has almost a wet hand to it, very similar to what we've seen used from a lot of other Merlin jackets, and there is going to be a RevZilla waterproof liner built into this. So you're not going to just rely on that wax cotton to give you water resistance. You're going to have an actual waterproof RevZilla liner. Now with that, because it is a Z liner, it's baked in, there is not going to be a lot of ventilation. So this is going to be your spring, your fall option. You can layer up if you want to wear it further in the winter months, but it's definitely not something you want to push hardcore into the heat of a very aggressively hot summer. It's 98 degrees outside today here in Philadelphia, and this is not the jacket that I would want to be wearing riding home in this kind of heat and humidity. So just keep that in mind. It really depends on where you're located, but just plan accordingly. You're not going to get a lot of airflow with that waterproof liner in there. Mr. McHugh, go ahead and face backwards for me. Now with this, you are going to have the water, or you're going to have CE rated armor in the elbows and the shoulders. The back pad is just that. It is a back pad. Would highly recommend you get the pad, you throw it away, and you put an actual back protector in here. My only nitpick with the Anson jacket is the reflective. This pops the reflective, really detract from the overall style of the jacket. I think it would have been a much better design if they would have just used blacked out reflectivity. It's just less distracting. Now you are going to have gussets at the back of the arm for an extra range of comfort if you're using this in more of that cafe tuck. Great range of motion with the jacket itself, and then dual snap positions at the base, as well as a connection belt loop if you want to match this up with a pair of riding jeans. Sir, go ahead and face forward for me. Now that is going to wrap up what you can expect from the Anson jacket. This is all going to be that 8-ounce Halley Stevenson wax cotton. And we are now going to move on to the Barton wax. This is around the $250 price point. We're going to bump up to around the $300 price point as we take a look at the Barton. So next up, we have the Barton, and the Barton wax jacket is actually replacing a favorite within Merlin's line for this year. It's going to be replacing the Sandon. Now the Sandon has been a perennial bestseller for us, and this is going to just kind of carry on the legacy of the Sandon, but with a few additional creature comforts and styling cues and updates. Now this is going to come around the $300 price point. Sizes will range between a small and a 3XL, same as what we saw with the Anson, and the sizing recommendation is the same. McHugh stands at that same 6 foot, 230 pounds, 46-inch chest. He fits perfectly in a large, not a 2XL, so bump down 2 sizes based on what the size chart is going to recommend. There are 2 different colors available for this. There is a black version as well as a brown, and the brown, honestly, it looks more of like a military olive than it does a traditional brown. Still the same 8-ounce Halley Stevensons wax cotton, very kind of that wet hand to the touch of this. It is going to have the SafeTech armor, the CE rated armor in the elbows and the shoulders, but now you're getting a slight variation in seasonability. You are going to have the RevZilla Z liner, so it is going to be a waterproof jacket. That liner is not removable, but you will have a removable thermal. So now we're going to say this is your 3-season cold weather option. You can use spring, you can do fall, you can get into the winter months with the full thermal. There is going to be vents on this. You'll notice vents in the top and the chest, but they will direct to the actual liner. They're not going to be direct vents to your persons, so stretching this into the warmest months of the year in the summertime is still ill-advised, depending on, again, where your climate is. But this is for those of you out there that are going to go, 3 seasons, cool climate, you can push this into the winter months as well. You have the 2 chest pockets, symmetrical design through this. You're going to have hand warmer pockets. You will have adjusters on the bicep, and then just a little stash pocket over on the right forearm, which is going to carry in a little bit of asymmetry to this. Go ahead and turn backwards for me, Mr. McHugh. So like we mentioned in the previous jacket, back pad, not a back protector. Please go ahead and upgrade that so you have the same CE protection that you could expect from your elbows and your shoulders. And you are going to have dual vents down either side. Again, just letting some of that airflow pass through. So if you do get caught in the rain, it just helps to wick some of that moisture away that might be caught on that Z-liner on the inside. You will have a connection strap. You want to go ahead and you want to match that up with a pair of riding jeans. Mr. McHugh, go ahead and face forward. So again, the Barton is going to be replacing the Sandon within Merlin's line, and it's going to sit just above the Anson jacket and just below the Stafford, and the Stafford is where we're going to get to right now. So last but not least, we've come to this Stafford wax cotton jacket. Now this is going to sit atop the Merlin line around the $350 price point. You're going to have some of the same features that we've seen with the other one. You're going to have the 8-ounce Halley Stevensons wax design with this for the chassis. It still has that same quirky fit issue, which means that it's going to be a size small to a 3XL. The big guy over here is still going to be sizing down 2 sizes based on the size chart. 2 different colors are available. There is the black version that Mr. McHugh is wearing, as well as a brown colorway. The real difference and change is that this is going to be the most functional from a seasonality standpoint. And that's because there is a 2-in-1 thermal RevZilla waterproof liner that is going to be a drop liner, so you can fully remove it, and that means that the vents you're going to see at the bicep as well as around the back will be direct vents to the body, so you get a little bit more airflow. You still can probably want to think about pushing this into like 95-degree weather, but you can push it further into the summer months, which means you can now go from spring, fall, winter, a little bit into the warmest months of the year. And if, depending on where your climate is, if you live out in San Francisco and you're looking at 75, 80-degree days, you could probably wear this full 4-season functionality. Now, as we're taking a look down the front, there is asymmetry coming into play. Like I said, this is that same 8-ounce Halley Stevensons wax cotton style, a little bit different than what we've seen previously, but it's still that great kind of a finish that we've really seen Merlin step up into. You have the embossments on the buttons. They've really just upped their game from a quality standpoint. It's much more premium in feel. So go ahead and face backwards for me. Taking a look at the back of this one, the other thing that we failed to mention just a second ago is that this is now going to be compatible for the airbag technology that Merlin has. None of the other 2 jackets that we've talked about thus far have had that compatibility. This one will. So if you want to, you can add the airbag system to this jacket. Same as what we talked about with the other ones. The pad on this is just a back pad. Go ahead and throw it away. Put a real back protector in there. You already have the CE-rated SafeTech armor at the elbows and the shoulders, both of which are CE level 1. And there is a connection loop for the belt. Go ahead and face forward for me. And you wanted to on-snap and show this one off to the world, so on-snap quickly and let's show it off to the world. Our models are getting so opinionated. We're getting ready to shoot this, and Mr. McHugh is like, I want to unzip it. I think we should show the interior for this one, even though we haven't shown the interior for any of the other ones. But the point he was making was the fact that this is going to be that removable waterproof thermal. So if you want to, it unzips from the side, and you can see as you take a look at the inside of this, you are going to have a nice comfort interior you can wear with just a t-shirt. And then if you unzip the midsection, you will notice that you get to that quilted thermal liner on the inside. So you can pull this out, and this is that thermal 2-in-1 waterproof. I hope you're happy now, Mr. McHugh. You may zip up. So for those of you out there looking for a wax cotton jacket, whether you're looking at the Anson, whether you're looking at the Barton, or the top of the line Stafford, Merlin has got a lot of great options ranging between that $250 and $350 price point, and they've become extremely popular for us, for folks that want that traditional British wax cotton look, but you don't want to spend $1,200 to $1,500. And the quality, the fit, the finish, and the feel that we're seeing from Merlin is really second to none. So for those of you out there that are looking for something in a wax cotton, definitely options to consider. And if you want to hear more about what other riders have to say that are already utilizing Merlin on their rides, now would be the time to go ahead and click that little info button on your desktop or mobile device, which will allow you to read other rider reviews from folks that are already out there putting Merlin through the paces. If you have questions for one of our gear geeks as to which jacket is right for you and your riding style, and you still want to chat with somebody, don't hesitate to give them a call, 877-792-9455, or simply shoot over an email to cs@RevZilla.com. I want to thank you for joining myself and Mr. Smiley Pants McHugh. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.